What's going on, my beautiful people? How are you doing today? I hope everything is going fantastic. This is your weekly energy report. What's going on, my beautiful people? Let's turn that down. How's everybody feeling out there, huh? It is most definitely quite quite intense energies going on. So we're going to talk about everything that's really happening right now and see if we can break down all this crazy stuff that's happening so we can get a better understanding and, maybe accept the serenity prayer, the courage to change things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What's up, Dustin, Brad, Adam? What's up, Matty Ice? What's up, everybody on Instagram? Thank you guys so much for tuning in and showing up. Hello. So we are in if this were a roller coaster ride, this would be like the part where we're going like in the fake cave, doing twisty turnies around, up and down, going, flipping all over the place and getting the energy shaken out, right? There's this feeling of everything is slow, but we want it to not be. We want it to be fluid. We want it to be moving forward. Yet there's all these things that need to be addressed, taken care of, faced, felt, right? And with what the fuck is going on is right. So some people, we're having up and down days, right? So some days might be better or easier than others. Some, more difficult. And that's okay. As long as you're following your heart. Right now, there's not really a choice, right? It's kind of like if you have to lay down and relax, like you have to relax. Like you don't have the energy to not relax. Or maybe like you have these analytical things that you need to take care of and your brain is just not running on all cylinders. Or weird things have been happening to a lot of people I know. And that's kind of, the name of the game right now. We have to accept and allow this sort of slow motion period to be and to take place. So as we're sitting in this energy, we have the sun at late in Libra. And of course, Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio. And this week they're going to meet up in Scorpio because we're going to be shifting from Libra season to Scorpio season. So this energy is going to be a dramatic shift because Libra is a cardinal sign, right? Libra is all about balancing of the energies. It's all about finding that happy place in the middle. And Libra is also a very like want to feel good. We're going to be switching over to a more intense, solidified, fixed, more detective kind of energy. All right. And with Mercury being retrograde here, and it's sort of coming off of its opposition to Uranus, which is good. Like Uranus, the Uranus Mercury opposition is going to bring a lot of like, fuck, I need to figure this out, or what's going on, or really, really getting into that, like something's wrong here. I need to figure it. But, the sun is still sort of feeling like, yeah, okay, but just let it happen. Just let it be what it is. Now we're going to go into this time where it's like, okay, no, we need to dig. We need to figure it out. We need to go into it. And that can bring us down some rabbit holes. That can bring us into some very weird places. And we can get the thing with the Scorpio energy, especially with Mercury being retrograde there, is it brings us into this super, super detective mode where we're just like, I need to figure it out. I need to get into it. And this can, if you're leading from a place of trauma, which is highly likely with this because we're clearing so much trauma right now, this energy can really come in and really kind of trick us a little bit into doing research or chasing something down that doesn't need to be chased down, right? So digging in the sense of going within, like meditation, exploring certain things, in unhealthy ways, that's what we have to look out for here. And later on the week, we're going to have we're going to have Mercury cazimi to the sun. That basically means that Mercury conjunct, and it's, you know, whenever there's a Mercury retrograde, it'll conjunct the sun 3 times. It'll go past it, then it'll go behind it, then it'll go past it again. So with that going on, that's going to bring a lot of things to realization, a lot of understanding, a lot of clarity. We need that right now because we're coming into this new chapter, right? That still all the puzzle pieces have not been put together. So, you know, on one hand, it's like, fuck, like, I feel like it's almost like, you know, maybe work slowing down, or like you're going to the gym and you're not quite getting the results that you want, or you're doing whatever it is that you love to do. Maybe like your yoga practice just seems distracted. Like you cannot quite get in that space that you want to be, or if you're working on getting your, you know, your diet right, it's still going to be a little off. Things are going to feel a little off, weird, because we want to, like, we have this feeling we need to figure something out. We need to get in there and know. And this isn't, it's Scorpio, it's emotional, right? So we're looking deeper into all these emotions, and ultimately what this is doing is it's helping us to really identify and be real with ourselves about, you know, what we want, what we desire. Maybe you've been lying to yourself for 20 years in a relationship, and you know, you need to now be really honest. And you know, maybe that means that, okay, shit, I'm really gonna have to make some changes here, and maybe it's gonna hurt some people, or maybe, you know, like it's gonna go real deep into identifying why you've been sabotaging yourself, or why this victim mentality has had such a grip on you for so very long. This is a time of breaking karmic patterns, guys. So we are bringing back whatever like lesson has not finished itself yet, right? This could be bringing a person back. This could be bringing a job opportunity, or like something that looks parallel or identical to something that looked before. Like, say for example, you know, you had an opportunity to collaborate with, you know, someone that you really respect in your particular field, and you tried it a couple years ago and it didn't really work out so well. So now something similar is coming back, like someone else, you know, is coming back and like looking for, you know, something to, you know, really build upon, but you've grown and you've turned into this deeper, more authentic, more educated, you know, higher vibrational version of yourself. So you can go into it like, okay, well, I know exactly what I don't want because I've been in similar situations before. So this is exactly what I do want. And being honest and clear. Now, right now is not the time to be signing contract or to like buying a new car, or like making any big purchases. Right now, it's like, okay, hold on a second. Let's wait until this energy moves forward. And this energy isn't going to move forward really until, you know, the middle of November, which is going to be an interesting time with, you know, what's taking place at the beginning of November with, you know, I don't think it's any constant. Well, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in synchronicity, but, you know, with Mercury going direct in the exact day of the election, it's pretty significant, right? And what's also very interesting is that the transiting North Node will be at 20 degrees of Gemini, which is exactly the same degree as Donald Trump's North Node. Very, very interesting, isn't it? So, you know, it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this all plays out. But we don't want to get too caught up in all that shit anyways. What's going to happen is going to happen, right? And we have to do our part to focus on our North Node, to focus on our happiness, the people that we love and care about, keeping them in a community, right? Making sure, you know, everybody is doing okay and going forward in what we love and care about in our immediate vicinity. All right. What's up, Lo? So focusing on all that North Node stuff is going to really bring us to that next level. Look at, well, who is supposed to win according to astrology? Well, that's kind of a loaded question. But from what I have seen, Donald Trump looks like he has a much better shot. I'd have to go deeper into the charts. Yeah, maybe I'll do that on another live here. But I'm not going to talk about that just now because I have to do a little more research on that. But you know, he has Donald Trump has a very Uranian kind of energy. I know Biden is a Sagittarius, and right now the South Node is in Sagittarius. So it's almost like, trying to hold on to what was, like, the control, and where Donald Trump is more about evolving the Uranian energy, bringing on the next level, the next thing, so yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And personally, yes, I do support Trump. I think he's doing an amazing job. So, but I also don't think that, we should be getting too crazy. Like, people get nuts about this shit. I don't really care about it that much. You know what I mean? It's like, I think politics is just not my place. So that's my opinion. And, regardless if you guys like it or not, doesn't really matter. But anyways, back to the energy, because that's what is important. All right. What is a node in general? So a node, the nodes are all about destiny, are all about going. The North Node represents going, like, the future in our natal chart. It represents where our soul's growth desires to go. The South Node is past lives, the past, like operating from a place that we know, that we just sort of, that sort of comes to us. It's easy. It's automatic. But this can also be like past lives, and really represents childhood. And when we mature in life, usually right around, hell yeah, right when we pass through our Saturn return is really when we start going forward towards our North Node. But the collective North Node is where the collective is moving in and of itself. All right. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for showing up. So with all that being said, we have another aspect coming up here right around the time when the sun moves into Scorpio. It's going to be a big shift in energy here later on in the week. I think it's going to be bigger than what a lot of us expect. Now, this could be really great, or it could be really dark. Scorpio can be very dark, but it can also be very, very, like, definitely. Sorry, I was looking at the chat for a minute. I lost my train of thought. It can be very sexual, like you can just want to just lay around and fuck all day long. And hey, that's cool. If that's what you want to do, get it done. I mean, everybody needs some love, and we can use all the oxytocin we can get right now, right? But it has to be right, especially in these energies. Like, if it's like you're just going out trying to find some ass, it's going to feel all kinds of wrong. But if you can find the right one, man, this can be a great fun time. Some Kama Sutra, Tantra kind of shit, right? So be open to that. And especially with Mercury retrograding so close to the sun, like, we're going to get clear intuitive messages. We're going to hear our, we're definitely going to hear, like, our intuition louder, but our mind is going to be, very internal, questioning ourselves about everything. So be careful about getting too in your head about shit. But let's see. So we have a couple unique aspects. Venus is going to be sesquiquadrate over to Uranus this week. That'll last about 3 or 4 days, to the 24th. So Venus sesquiquadrate to Uranus. That's a past life, and because it's Uranian energy, and because there's still, like, that opposition between Mars and now the sun's coming into it. I mean, I'm sorry, Mercury and the sun's coming into it. With the addition of the Venus sesquiquadrate to Uranus, that's either a past life soulmate coming in, or a past life, now a soulmate doesn't mean that's an intimate relationship. It could be like you could meet someone that turns into a business partner and completely changes your life, right? Or these, it could bring a past lover or a past life lover in, especially coming into Scorpio. So, be open to that. I mean, typically speaking, though, I got to throw it out there that if you meet someone and it's like hot, heavy, and intense, which right now it probably will be, that chances are the dynamics are going to change once these planets go direct, because, everybody's feeling a certain kind of way internally, and there's not a lot of clarity. It's a lot of this new stuff coming out. We don't fully have a grip on it yet. So going into these things with an open mind, and with, like, no, like, permanence of decisions, right? if you feel something strong, if you feel something new, if you feel something intense, awesome. Like go into it, enjoy it, but there's like almost like an addictive quality to it that we got to be careful of. Especially with Uranus. Uranus represents Kundalini energy. Uranus in Taurus is a physical body. That can be like you meet someone that just rubs you the right way, you know what I'm saying? And it can be absolutely incredible. But whatever does happen, this is coming in to teach you something, to teach us a deeper level of ourselves, a deeper part of who we are. All right. And, you know, whatever stories we might put into maybe relationships we've had in the past, like whatever, like things are coming in to be dissolved. So there's no more karmic shit, because this cycle of karma is going to be done by, at the very latest, the 21st of December. So that's when we've completely cleared, and that's when it's all so between now and then, whatever is not cleared up is going to come to teach us whatever it is we need to know. And it has to move fast. So it's going to happen fast, and it's going to probably be pretty intense, right? So, you know, make sure, you know, just stay in that place of sort of let it go through you. Whatever it come, observe it from that present space of, you know, not getting sucked into your emotions. Okay. That's another thing. Like these energies can really suck you into these emotions because it can be so intense or so like, where the fuck did that come from? Or I've been waiting for this my whole life. What happened? Right. So, you know, just be straight with that. So, you know, and now of course we have Saturn starting to speed up. On the 22nd, we're going to have the moon conjuncting to Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. So that's going to be, of course, like almost like a reality check, but we do have Venus also trining over to that area. So this is giving us like the green light, like, okay, we're starting to really smooth out this new foundation. And starting January 12th of 2020, right, was when Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn first conjuncted. And so that conjunction is now starting to spread out. Saturn is now moving quicker and leaving that energy of Pluto. So now it's like we ripped everything up. We've looked at all the deep, dark shit that came out individually and collectively. Okay. We've been doing shadow work all year long, like, right. So now that Saturn's finally moving away, it's like, okay, now we can repave the road. The road is new. The foundation's been set. We've moved through all this shit. So now here's the new foundation of our life. And now it's there and it is what it is. So on the 22nd, we're going to have the moon coming over there, shining a light on that feeling of like, okay, I'm in this new foundation and things are moving and starting to feel clear. I still don't really know where I'm going. And I still don't really understand what the full picture is, but I trust the process. And I know that I'm moving to a higher vibration. I'm moving to the next chapter, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that I'm doing the work, and it's okay. And that's faith. That's trusting the process, right? So the more we sit in that knowing, in that faith, and that trust, because those, especially with Mercury, you know, in Scorpio, going back over our relationships. Did I do this wrong? Did I do that? Am I a bad person for this? What was I supposed to learn from that? All right. It's all the things that maybe we beat ourselves up for, or the old like, look, back in the day or at whatever point in our life, we were in the place that we were, and we did the best that we were consciously aware of. That's why it's okay, because this is a part of the growth process, right? We're here to learn a lesson. And some people, you know, hurt people. So when you're hurt, you're in a relationship, you're going to hurt someone. You don't mean to. Nobody actively, unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath, nobody actively wants to hurt anybody, right? We all just want to be loved. We all just want to feel good. We want somebody to care about us and be there for us without expectations and just, you know, love. And that is something that not a whole lot of us have experienced a whole lot in our lives. So we're having to learn, like, okay, well, I get attached to this because I'm afraid, or, you know, maybe you're an avoidant style where like the please love me dynamic, where it's like, you know, I'm just going to keep doing the right thing and hope that they see it. Right. No. That's the shit that we have to look at. Like, okay, we gotta work on this. We have to look within, and we have to love ourselves in this and get us to this place that we don't know exists or how to go. It's a process. That's why you have to learn what you don't want in order to learn what you do want, at least in the age of Pisces, at least in this dualistic world that we've been living in up until now. But as we raise our vibration and we start with, right now we're sort of ping pong and between the third and the fifth dimension, right? And as you activate higher and higher, it's like the ping pong and gets higher and higher and higher. Then finally you get into a place where you're finally stable and it evens out and you're in this new higher state of vibration and nothing triggers you. Now, I think everyone has that one thing in their life that just really does trigger the fuck out of them. But it's those big, deep things that right now we are facing to the core. That's why it's so big. That's why it's so important, right? Just be true to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Feel the shit, let it go, and seek out things that make you feel good, seek out people, seek out communities that make you, that resonate with how you want to feel. You know, so if you've been feeling low, you know, find like, I don't know, I find like drum circles and shit. I go to sit in a drum circle and I meet these awesome people that are just all super fucking cool. We have great conversations about consciousness, and you know, that's kind of people, like Burning Man kind of people. That's the kind of people that I like to hang out with. So, you know, all my Burning Man peeps, what's up? But, you know, this energy it's purging out the last of it. And now we are ready to just sit in our power, sit in our responsibility, and move into this new journey, this new adventure that is it's gonna be different. It's gonna feel different, right? It's gonna feel different because we are essentially evolving into, you know, new beings, like into more of our spiritual being self. And that, I mean, your foods that you can eat might, you know, change. You might desire to eat less food. Your sleep schedule is going to be a little all over the place here for the next few weeks. I know mine is, but that's what happens when the vibration is raising so quickly, right? It has to come out, it has to move out somewhere. And so deep to the point that, like, you know, mentally sometimes, like especially during this retrograde right here, my brain has been so tired that I haven't even been able to form thoughts or think about the structure of my day. And it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna be what it is, and that's whatever. You know, the people like me that tend to be really way too hard on themselves and just be not necessarily a perfectionist, but, you know, like need to know and need to understand the whole picture before you can build it, or, you know, just, you know, push, believing that, you know, hard work is going to be hard work all the time. It's hard work. You know, you end up burning yourself out if you're caught in these patterns. And, you know, we all do it, but this is also what makes us masters of ourselves. Okay. So just take this shit one day at a time. And, you know, loving yourself comes in different forms and fashions, but we need to learn to love ourselves in all these different areas. Like for me, vibroacoustic sound lounge, that's me loving myself. I lay down on that thing and it's like meditation on steroids. It's absolutely amazing. You know, detoxing, doing some detoxes, you know, going out in nature, going for a hike. You know, you can actually like burn calories and go out and, you know, and do something good for yourself at the same time. Or if you're exhausted and you want to lay down and, you know, watch Netflix, you know, for 12 hours, then, you know, if you're going to do it, don't beat yourself up about it. But, you know, like hold yourself in check too. Like, you know, all right. You know, like I tend to be a hermit when I don't feel too charismatic, like, but, you know, I make sure that I hold myself accountable with doing these videos and stuff. I at least make sure that I do these so that I keep the shit going and I don't completely turn into a hermit. You know what I mean? So EDC girl, hey, EDC works too. Fuck yeah. So on October 24th, 25th is when the sun is going to conjunct with Mercury. And it's going to still be within 3-degree orb of Uranus. So this Uranian energy is still there. Hermit life. Fuck yeah. We have Venus at 26 degrees. So it just passed its trine to Saturn. So, you know, this whole week, Venus is going to be trining to Jupiter, trining to Pluto, trining to Saturn, which is an excellent placement. That really allows us to feel open, to be willing to connect and to really open up our heart to more ideas and to the unknown. This is really about cracking us open into all those unknown parts of our consciousness. Okay, but we're slowly opening the door, opening ourselves up to this new place. We're about to, like, on December 1st, we're basically going to step off the ledge into this new world. And when we step off the ledge, we're going to be surprised when we can fly, right? So that's going to really be exciting, but, you know, difficult for some that are still trying to control shit. The universe is going to be like, too bad. Here we go. And then you're going to realize you're going to be able to freak out. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm okay. And then, all right. Yeah. So as long as you've been doing the work, and y'all have been doing the work. So I'm proud of you. Good work. And of course now, like, you know, we have Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all in the third decan of Capricorn. So this is like the very last bit of mastery of that Capricorn energy, which, hallelujah, thank God. There's been a 2.5 years, very intense 2.5 years, but this last year has felt like basically a Saturn return for the collective, like everybody. So this last year is kind of like what my Saturn return was like on the bigger scale. Actually, personally, it was much better for me, but like if we looked at the whole world scenario, you know, that was definitely more like my Saturn return. But I learned my lessons, and I will not go back to doing any dumb shit again. So 25th, we have the moon going into Pisces. We also have, you know, this square with, now the Venus square to the nose has left, right? Thank you, Trinity 2020. I appreciate that. But we still have the Neptune square to the nodes. That's really, really, I'm really feeling Sex in the Woods would be a great time. Back to the garden. All right. Fuck yeah. Let's everybody just run naked out into the woods and have lots of sex. Just feel around. So this Neptune square the nodes, right? This is this is intense, and they're going to exactly square when Neptune goes direct. Neptune's going direct the end of next month, so that's going to be really interesting to see. You know, Neptune makes everything a little bit delusional or illusional, right? Really more on the bigger world. But what it's also doing is this is really powerfully upping our intuitive and psychic abilities. Okay. Neptune being at the end of Pisces is so powerful. And it's about the collective unconscious, right? The collective energy, like we are all one, like we are all connected energetically, right? So this square is through the chaos and the madness of all like the disinformation, all the crazy shit going on in the world and all the lies everybody's telling. Through this process of us learning how to think differently now with all this shit coming out, because the collective conscious has to think differently, because, you know, we see all the shit that they're trying to do to keep us down, hold us back. So all this, all this energy is going to be very, very confusing, but in that confusion is where our psychic capacity is getting stronger. Like the energy around is going to feel like a whirlwind, right? But in our heart, when we're connected to our heart, we're going to feel that knowing, like, okay, my intuition says this. All this fucking noise and shit is all around, but we're able to tune in deeper and easier, and literally like almost creating that boundary with that energy, with that chaotic energy. It's like, nope, not let you in. Fuck you, get out of here. It's like you can't even stand it, right? You know, you can feel like, that's why I can't go to any of those like rallies or like protests or parties. Like the energy is way too chaotic. Just looking at it on TV makes my fucking skin, you know, right? So so you guys, you know, like pick and choose the energies that you want to be around and surround yourself with. Certain energy is going to teach you, and certain energy is going to make you really dumb or go down like some nasty rabbit holes. A lot of that third dimensional shit is just, it's trying to sweep you under the rug in order to bring you back into a previous learned lesson that you've already learned. So this is a really, really important time to stay on par for the course, right? To do the work and to not get sucked into that energy. and you stay the course, and great things are going to happen. Great things are going to start happening for that higher vibration, because that's the world that we're moving into. All right. And I know a lot of us, you know, like empaths, starseeds, light workers, anybody that has a yod in their birth chart, that, you know, we've faced all the darkness. We've felt all the deep, dark shit. We have experienced the things that we would never wish in a million years anybody to go through, right? We've felt these things, and we've had to feel them, because in order to be able to relate to other people, you know, in that world, then, you know, yeah, you have to connect empathically. That's what an empath means. You feel shit way deeper than most other people do. So it takes a different kind of lifestyle, a different kind of world to be able to function in that place. And, you know, a lot of us are starting to find each other through communities and through connecting like this. And as we find each other, we connect and we share energy, we share ideas, we share healings, and we continue to pass it on and pass it down and create more and more of a beautiful world. And there's more and more, there's so many people. Perfect example. There's been at least 7 people in the opportunity community that as they started, you know, working in my community, they started building their own communities, or they started their own, you know, coaching business or job, or like they started really diving into their passions and what they love to do for a living, where they were struggling before because they didn't have the, you know, we need community to understand how to function in a community and then grow our own community when that starts to come alive inside us. We want to do more and grow and you know, do better. It's the real true gift that keeps on giving. So, you know, create those communities. That's what the North Node Gemini is all about. You know, connect with these soul families, seek out new people and, you know, others that are in this world, because really we are the ones that are meant to connect, to teach everyone how to live in this new generation coming up. We're the ones that have to show everybody, right? So in order to show it, we got to do it. We have to be it. That's what we is, right? Well, yeah, you know, there's a lot of places that have a lot of toxicity, and you see a lot of people moving, especially right now too, right? I know like a lot of people are moving out of California. A lot of people are moving out of New York. A lot of people are moving to Florida, to Texas, to Vegas. Those are like really the big ones that I've heard so far. But I'm sure we're going to start to see more and more with all this crazy shenanigans going on in the world. And but you know, we are getting bigger. We're getting, you know, stronger, and we're getting to be a real influence in the world with all the things that we do and all the things that we've, you know, figured out and created. You know, we put that into a structure, and boom, there we go. Put it out there. And, you know, if you really treat it and nurture it and grow it, it will grow. It has to be authentic, because if it's not authentic, you're not going to have the energy to put into doing what you love to do. All right. So New Mexico, Texas, hell yeah. Phoenix is fastest growing in the US. I believe that. Yeah, I used to live in Phoenix. I used to live in Texas too, and Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, and California, and Washington, and yeah, all over the place. I've been everywhere. So just because I get on Pisces case at times, all about Aries love. Oh, that's cute. So yeah, so for the rest of the week, of course, so happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there. And on the 27th, where the Venus is going to be at 29 degrees of Virgo. So on the 28th, Venus is going to be in Libra. So Venus in Libra is going to be great. You know, it's going to be intense with the opposition to Chiron and Mars. But, you know, Venus is very powerful and very empowered in Libra. Well, it's also going to square Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. So that's not going to be a whole lot of great stuff. But again, these different aspects and planets, they got to hit somehow, some way. And to you know, a square just means that it's a more of a tumultuous, you know, feeling situation. A trine is like, here you go, here's a gift. It's just going to come out of nowhere, and there it is. But a square is like, oh, we got to learn something, you know, through a little discomfort. That's all. When does Chiron leave Aries? Not until, I believe, 2028. It'll be there for, I think, seven or 8 years. So it's going to be there for a while. Actually, get this, in 2026, we're going to have Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron all in Aries. That's going to be nuts. And before that, we're going to have Saturn and Pisces conjunct at the very last degree of Pisces. That's going to be, I believe, 2025 or late 2024, early 2025, right when Pluto, the Pluto return for the United States is going to be exact at 27 degrees. So yeah, so my point in saying all that is that, you know, we think right now is intense. It's going to turn into a different kind of intense. All right. But this is the beginning of us changing the world. So this is why we're going through all this right now, to prepare us to take responsibility in our energy for what's to come, because these bigger, more cosmic, I guess you could say, missions for our life are going to start to become very real and very solid and very apparent. And it's going to give us this drive that we've never experienced before. But it's because we believe that we need to basically save this world. And I think a lot of you guys are like really on the same page where, fuck, man, we got a big fucking mission here. We need to make sure we get our shit right. We have a lot of fucking work to do. Okay. So, and all these different aspects are it's just going to be every year. It's going to be another, like 2021 is going to be the Saturn and for a little while Jupiter square to Uranus. So this right here, this year has been a year of transformation, of cracking open the shell, of the lotus flower being born, of all this deeper part of ourselves coming up to light. Next year is going to be more like, okay, now we're in training. It's like, it's how can I compare it? Like Neo. All right. When Neo, all right, we were just like coming out of the thing, and when he was reborn and realizing, oh shit, what world is this? Right. A lot of people have sort of been at that, you know, one or layer or so of that for pretty much this whole year. Now, you know, this next 2 or 3 years is going to be, you know, us having the acupuncture and pulling it out and then learning, you know, getting uploaded with all this shit, learning all this new stuff. And then about the 5 years after that is going to be, all right, now we've done the work, we've built ourselves up. Now we've done the training, so to speak, like the mastery training. Then it's going to be, all right, now we're the ones that are running shit. We need to teach the world how to do this. Right. So there's a little bit of both of those intertwined there, but you get the picture, right? So yeah, big things coming, but I think that it's everything that we've asked for, right? Fuck yeah. We are birthing our inner superheroes, my friends. That's for damn sure. All right. So, and then of course, pretty soon after this week, we're going to have this full moon. I just uploaded my full moon in the blue full moon in Taurus onto my YouTube, so you guys can check that out if you'd like. And thank you guys so much for, you know, for tuning in, for joining me, for the chat. You guys are a fucking riot, and I love having fun with you. And you make this worth doing. So I appreciate y'all. But so don't forget, I have a sale going on for Mercury retrograde. All right, 20% off my Astrology 1, Astrology 2 courses, and 22% off my coaching services. So go to spiritualbodybuilder.com. The link is in the bio and in the description box below. And other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful week. Stay strong, stay positive. Let's do this, and I'll see y'all on the next report. All right. Now let me figure out how to turn this thing off again.